You wake up to the smell of smoke. Not outside smoke, inside smoke. And for a split second, your brain tries to rationalize it. Maybe someone's cooking. Maybe it's a neighbor's fireplace. Maybe it's nothing. That split second just killed your margin of error. Because house fires don't wait for you to figure out what's happening. They double in size every 30 seconds, and you have maybe 2 minutes to make decisions that will either save your life or end it. Most people waste 90 seconds of that trying to understand what's going on. The ones who survive don't try to understand, they move. Here's what actually happens when you wake up to smoke. Your brain is foggy. You just came out of sleep. Your decision-making is slow. Your reaction time is delayed. And smoke is already filling the room. This is the worst possible moment to have to think clearly, but it's the only moment you have. So let me show you exactly what you do in those first 2 minutes. Not what you should do, what you will do if you want to survive. The moment you smell smoke, you do not investigate. You do not get up and walk into the hallway to see where it's coming from. You do not check if it's serious. It's serious. Smoke in your house means fire in your house, and fire in your house means you have seconds, not minutes. Here's what you do instead. Roll off the bed onto the floor. Not sit up, roll. Because smoke rises, heat rises. The air at floor level is cooler and clearer. The air at standing height is toxic. People die from smoke inhalation standing up trying to see through the haze. You stay low, on your hands and knees, face as close to the floor as possible. You're breathing the last pocket of good air in the room. Now you assess. You don't panic, you don't scream. You assess. Where is the smoke thickest? Is it coming from under the door? Is it coming from a vent? Is it filling the room from above? This tells you where the fire is. If smoke is pouring under the door, the fire's in the hallway. If the smoke is light and drifting, the fire might be in another part of the house. If the smoke is thick and black and the room is getting hot, the fire is close, very close. You have less time than you think. Next, you touch the door, not the handle, the door itself, back of your hand against the wood. Is it hot? Is it warm? Is it cool? Hot door means fire on the other side. You do not open that door. Opening a hot door is opening a gate to hell. The fire will rush in. Backdraft, flashover. You'll be engulfed in seconds. If the door's hot, you abandon that exit. You go to the window. If the door's cool or warm, you might be able to use it. But you do not stand up and turn the handle like it's a normal day. You stay low. You crack the door open 6 inches, staying low. You check the hallway. Is it clear? Is it filling with smoke? Is there flame? If the hallway is clear or only lightly smoky, you can move through it. If it's thick with smoke, you close the door and go to the window. Because trying to navigate a smoke-filled hallway is how people die 3 feet from an exit they couldn't see. Now let's talk about what happens if you choose the door. You're in the hallway, still on your hands and knees, still staying as low as possible. You move fast, not running, crawling fast. You know where the exit is because you've lived here. You don't need to see it. You feel your way, one hand on the wall, moving toward the stairs or the front door. You do not stop to grab anything, not your phone, not your wallet, not your keys, not your laptop, nothing. Because every second you stop is a second the smoke thickens, and thick smoke is death. You also do not stop to wake up other people unless they're directly in your path. This sounds brutal. It is brutal, but here's the reality. If you stop to go into another room to wake someone, you might die trying, and then you're both dead. The better move is to get out, immediately call 911 and let them know someone's still inside. Firefighters have oxygen. You don't. They have thermal cameras. You don't. They can navigate smoke. You can't. Your job is to survive and report, not to be a hero. Now let's go back to the window scenario. The door was hot, or the hallway was impossible. You're going out the window. Here's how. You stay low. You crawl to the window. You do not stand up to open it.
You reach up from the floor and unlock it. You push it open from below. You stay below the smoke layer as long as possible, because the moment you stand, you're breathing poison. Once the window is open, you assess the drop. First floor, you go. No hesitation. You climb out and drop, feet first. Bend your knees when you land. Roll if you can. You might sprain an ankle, you might break something. Doesn't matter, you're alive. Second floor, this is harder. A second-story drop is 12 to 15 feet. That's survivable, but dangerous. You don't just jump, you hang. Climb out the window. Lower yourself so you're hanging from the sill. Now the drop is only 6 to 8 feet, much safer. You let go, you land, you roll, you survive. Third floor or higher, you're not jumping. A fall from the third floor will break your legs, your spine, or kill you. So you make noise, you scream out the window, you wave, you throw things to attract attention, pillows, clothes, anything. You make yourself visible, and you stay at the window breathing outside air while you wait for rescue. Because the window is your lifeline, the smoke is inside, the air is outside. You keep your face at that window. You don't go back into the room. You don't lie down. You stay at the window until firefighters arrive. Now let's talk about the mistakes that kill people. Mistake 1, trying to fight the fire. You wake up to smoke. You find the fire. It's small, maybe a candle tipped over, maybe an electrical fire in the kitchen. You think, I can put this out. No, you can't. Not safely. House fires grow exponentially. What looks small now will be large in 30 seconds, and while you're trying to fight it, the smoke is filling the house. The heat is building. The escape routes are closing. By the time you realize you can't stop it, you can't escape it either. If you see fire, you leave. Immediately. You do not grab a fire extinguisher unless the fire is tiny. You're already at the exit and you can put it out in 5 seconds. Otherwise, you go. Mistake 2, going back inside. You made it out. You're standing on the lawn. You realize you forgot something. Your pet, your phone, your medication, your child's stuffed animal. You think, I'll just run back in real quick. No, people die doing this every year, because the house you left 30 seconds ago is not the same house now. The smoke is thicker, the heat is worse, the structure is weaker. You go back in and you don't come out. If someone is still inside, you tell the firefighters. You do not go back.
Mistake 3, hiding. This one kills children. They wake up to smoke and chaos. They're scared. They hide. Under beds, in closets, in bathrooms. They think they're safer hidden. They're not. They're just harder to find. And when firefighters search the house, they might not find them in time. If you're a parent, you teach your kids this now, not during the fire, now. Fire means out, not hide, out. Through the window if the door is blocked, straight to the meeting spot outside. No hiding, no waiting, out. Mistake 4, assuming the smoke alarm will wake you. Smoke alarms fail, batteries die, sensors get old. People disable them because they're annoying. And then there's no warning. You wake up when the smoke is already thick, or you don't wake up at all. Smoke is a sedative. Carbon monoxide puts you deeper to sleep. People die in their beds without ever waking up. This is why you test your smoke alarms monthly. This is why you have one in every bedroom. This is why you replace batteries every year, because the alarm is the only thing standing between waking up and dying. Mistake 5, opening windows before leaving. You're in a smoke-filled room. You think, I need air. You open a window. Good. But then you leave through the door and you leave the window open behind you. Bad, because open windows feed fire. They create airflow. They pull oxygen into the room. The fire grows faster, hotter. If you open a window to breathe and then you're leaving through the door, close the window behind you. Or better, just leave through the window. Now let's talk about what happens after you get out. You're outside. You're safe. You call 911. You give them your address. You tell them there's a fire. You tell them if anyone is still inside.
You tell them where they are, what room, what floor. You give firefighters every advantage you can. Then you stay outside. You go to your designated meeting spot. If you have family, you account for everyone. Who's out? Who's missing? You do not assume, you confirm, because assumptions kill. And if someone is missing, you tell the firefighters immediately. You do not wait. You do not hope they got out another way. You tell them now. Here's the other thing you do. You do not try to salvage anything, not yet. The fire department will tell you when it's safe to approach. Until then, you stay back, because houses collapse, walls fall, roofs cave in, and you don't see it coming until it's too late. You survived the smoke, don't die to debris. Now let's rewind to the moment you woke up. Let's go through the protocol one more time, step by step. Smell smoke, roll off the bed onto the floor. Stay low. Assess where the smoke is thickest. Touch the door with the back of your hand. If hot, go to the window. If cool, crack the door open while staying low. Check the hallway. If clear or light smoke, crawl toward the exit. If thick smoke or fire, close the door and go to the window. If you're exiting through a hallway, crawl fast, one hand on the wall. Do not stop for anything. If you're exiting through a window, open it from below, climb out, hang and drop if second floor, scream for help if higher. Once you're out, call 911, go to the meeting spot, account for everyone, do not go back inside. That's it. That's the protocol. No heroics, no delays, no second guessing. You wake up to smoke, you execute. Because house fires are fast, faster than you think, faster than you can react if you hesitate. The difference between survivors and casualties is not luck. It's whether they moved in the first 10 seconds or spent those 10 seconds trying to understand what was happening. Understanding comes later. Movement comes now. Here's the final truth. Most people never think about this until it happens, and when it happens, they're paralyzed because they never mentally rehearsed the scenario. They never visualized waking up to smoke. They never practiced crawling to the exit. They never planned the window escape. So when it's real, their brain freezes, and freezing in a house fire is fatal. You don't wait for the fire to teach you. You teach yourself now, tonight. Walk through your house, on your hands and knees. Find the exits from every room. Count the steps from your bed to the door, from the door to the stairs, from your room to the outside. Do it in the dark. Do it with your eyes closed, because in a real fire, you won't see, you'll feel. And if you've already done it once, your body knows the path. Then do the window route. Can you open your window from the floor? Can you climb out? How far is the drop? What's below the window? Grass? Concrete? Bushes? Know this before the fire, not during. And if you have kids, you do this with them. You make it a game. Fire drill, fastest one out wins. Because kids who've practiced don't hide, they move. And moving saves lives. The smoke doesn't give warnings, it just fills the room. And you have 2 minutes to make every decision that matters. 2 minutes to survive or die. You don't waste those 2 minutes thinking. You spend them moving. Low, fast, out. Because the house can be replaced. You can't.